In the last class, we were discussing about principles of management up to third principle, that is discipline is done. Next, we'll be dealing with fourth, that is unity of command, where every employee should receive order and instruction from only one supervisor or superior body or from the higher authority. As if a number of people giving instructions to the same topic, then there will be a deviation in the instructions and there will be chances of failure of activity because of a number of instructions for the same event. Therefore, it has to be a single instruction from the superior authority. Dual command is perpetual source of conflicts because if the dual are three or four number of superior authorities are coming to one person for doing same project, then there will be a deviation in the instructions. Therefore, there will be automatically conflicts will be created. Those should be avoided by giving the single order, and the instruction should be given from the only one supervisor. If a person receives order from more than one supervisor, it would lead to confusion and choice where it will be of there will be struck or they will be working under a number of supervisor or more than one supervisor of the same topic. He will be stuck with activities because if one person is ordering to do A work and some other supervisor come and order for the B work, then the worker who is working for the one project will be not able to do A work as well as B work. Then he may stop with the working also, or there will be delay in the works because of a number of instructions coming from various supervisors. Therefore, it is necessary to instruct by the one supervisor to one person at a time. Therefore, that will be of unity of command. Single unity is single. The command should be of one from the one supervisor or authority. Okay, that would be the fourth principle of the management. And fifth one is of unity of discipline or unity of direction. Single direction should be there. Unity is one. Direction is the way how you are going to execute your project or the path of your work. Completion of your project should be of single line or one direction should be followed. This principle calls of one manager, one plan for all operations having the same objectives. Suppose, like the subject is the construction management. Initially, I have defined six objectives. Okay, for one subject, we are having six objectives because six modules are there. For each module, we have defined one objective. Likewise, for any project, like execution of one residential building will be there, or a number of buildings, one colony will be there, or one society will be there, or one city will be there, execution. The generalized term will be using for execution of one activity, that is one project will be of completion of one project will be calling. Under that project, there will be a number of objectives like construction of swimming pool will be there, construction of gym will be there, construction of playground will be there, construction of residential building will be there, construction of parking place will be there, or construction of the commercial place will be there, commercial building will be there. Likewise, it will be divided in one building, one society construction. Likewise, the one project will be having some objectives that may be of variety of objectives, 4, 5, 6. It will vary from one under the one project. But while defining these objectives, the manager or the superior authority of the project should be one. So this calls for one plan, one manager plan. n number of people involving in one project and making it complicated, that will be leading to unnecessary complication in your project. Therefore, it should be initially it should be of one person, one plan, and then for execution of that one plan, there will be a number of employees working under one superior authority. Okay, that will be of unity of direction, because the direction will be given by only superior authority who will be directing a number of people. Like one person is assigned with swimming pool construction, he will be giving direction to them, he will be giving the budget, cost, and duration for particular part of the project. But your whole project is combination of all the execution of all the components will be monitored by the one manager, that is a project manager. Okay, likewise it should be of one principle, that is the principle of the unity of direction is one manager, one plan will be executed by the various managers under one manager. That would be of single direction or unity of direction. This principle, when applied properly, ensure unity of action and facilities coordination, because all the facilities and all the resources available for the execution of particular project will be having variety of people that has to be coordinated, and the action should be gone taken from only one table. If superior authority is giving one action and other managers are giving some other actions, then there will be ultimately there will be no work done. Therefore, the action taken should be from the one manager only, and that has to be passed to the next level of workers or to the end of the work. The action should be from the one table only. Therefore, it has to be followed in a same direction only. That will be of fourth principle. Next is of no sixth, fifth principle, and sixth principle would be of subordination of individual interest to the general interest. Subordination of individual interest to the general interest. Either in generally we'll call it as सब लोग इधर स्टूडेंट्स भी मिलते हैं, फैकल्टी भी मिलते हैं, प्रिंसिपल भी, एचओडी, चेयरमैन, सब लोग मिलते हैं. ऑब्जेक्टिव क्या है सबका? टू एजुकेट द सोसाइटी. In the same sense, when you are going for execution of any project, the laborers, site in charges, the project managers, company owner, everybody's objective will be of one, that is of execution of that particular project. That is said in this one. That is, the interest of organization is above the individual and group. Ultimate objective is organization interest. The interest of organization should be interest of everybody who is involved in the execution of work. It should not be like individual interest to the organization interest. It should be from organization interest to the individual interest. Because organization का क्या goal रहेगा, वही goal individual persons involved in that execution should be there. Okay, it should not be like मेरा इंटरेस्ट कुछ अलग है, मैं ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का इंटरेस्ट कुछ अलग है, काम करूंगा इसके अंदर, बट अल्टीमेटली इट विल बी नॉट इफेक्टिव fruitful production. If the goal of the organization and individual who is working both have same objective or interest, then only it can be executed in a successful manner. This can be achieved when managers set an example through their explanatory behavior, exemplary behavior. अगर मैनेजर एक प्रॉपर मैनर में बिहेव करता है to transfer his interest to all the workers who is working under him, then only it can be achieved. They must be prepared to sacrifice their personal interest whenever such interests are in conflict with the organization interest. अगर किसी का मेरा ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का इंटरेस्ट है कि पूरा पार्ट ऑफ वर्क शुड बी कंप्लीटेड विद इन 1 year. In that 1 year only, अगर मैनेजर का पर्सनल इंटरेस्ट है किधर ट्रिप जाना है, किधर पर्सनल टूर जाना है, अगर पर्सनल टूर जाना, he has to leave and he has to work for the organization. अगर ट्रिप भी जाएगा, इधर वर्क भी चालू रहेगा, दोनों के बीच में कॉन्फ्लिक्ट होगा, मतलब it will be delayed, or it will be, there will be lack in the quality or the process of work, then it will be changing the direction of the your completion of project. It should be one organization goal. If he is having particular plans, it has to be implemented in your organization only, and that has, he should get a proper direction, and he should assign the proper work to the proper people, and then he can take a leave and go out of the organization. As well as अगर दो लोग इन्वॉल्व है मैनेजर्स, एक का एक्शन है कि बिल्डिंग को, कोई डिजाइन को M50 ग्रेड यूज करो, किसी का है कि M45 यूज करो, अगर दोनों का कॉम्प्लेक्स करके झगड़ा करते बैठेंगे तो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का गोल एग्जीक्यूशन है वो तो कंप्लीट नहीं होगा. In that way, it has to be one. Those both managers should agree for one, and they have to execute the process. And then only the organization interest can be fulfilled. Interest is goal that has to be fulfilled. Okay, this is of sixth interest or the principle of management. And seventh one is remuneration. This is most important for workers, not important for owners. Okay, but it is important for both, as the remuneration is required for both, and the fruitful work is also required from the both the ends. The worker should be paid a fair wage of their service. अगर engineer को जाके, engineer who is experienced, who is having technical skills, for them if you are paying less, they'll be not working properly, or else they'll be finding another job and they'll be living in between job. Such things will happen. Why? Because of the improper payments or insufficient payments. The remuneration should be fair wages for their services. Employees, laborers को कितना देना है, skill laborers को कितना देना है, engineers को कितना देना है, as well as the managers को कितना देना है. That has to be a fair value as per the market demand. It has to be paid, and then only they can work to the fullest interest. The method of wage payment should be provided maximum possible satisfaction to both employees as well as employers. अगर employees के पास उतना अमाउंट नहीं है, तो employers डिमांड उतना है, then both will be not satisfied. It has to be satisfied by both ends, and the execution process should be started. Next principle of management would be of centralization. As unity, we have discussed unity of command or unity of direction, the centralization is also in the same manner. Everything that goes in increase the subordinate rule is decentralization. Everything that goes to increase the subordinate rule is decentralization. Everything which goes to reduce its centralization. Am I audible? Okay, fine. I'm using LAN. Okay. Okay. Whether the decision making is centralized, that is from the higher authority, or from the management, or decentralized to the subordinates, is a matter of proper proportions. The problem is to find the best amount of centralization in each case. अगर डिसीजन मेकिंग सेंट्रलाइज्ड है, सबको इन्वॉल्व करके, मैनेजमेंट इन्वॉल्व करके, अगर मैनेजमेंट डिसीजन ले रहा है, दैट विल बी सेंट्रलाइज्ड डिसीजन. एंड डिसेंट्रलाइज्ड डिसीजन इज जो पीपल काम कर रहे हैं उसके अंदर, मैनेजमेंट के अंदर, अगर सब लोग डिसीजन लेना चालू किया तो दैट विल बी डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन. If these decentralization decisions are more than centralization decisions, then there will be conflicts in the works. Therefore, to avoid such problems, centralization will be done. The management will be taking actions that will be followed by all the workers who are working in the that company or that project. That has to be properly centralized by the management. Then only it can be gone through the proper manner. Next is of scalar chain hierarchy, where this is of the hierarchy order, or who has to be placed to the highest position and who has to place to the lowest position, and that chain has to be properly followed. The graded chain of authority from top to bottom through which all communication flow is formed the scalar chain. It is like तुम लोग सीव करते हो एग्रीगेट को लैब में, पता है? वेल ग्रेडेड, पुअर ग्रेडेड बोल के डिसाइड करते हो सैंड को या एग्रीगेट को. डिपेंड्स अपॉन हाउ मच ऑफ passes is there from one sieve to another sieve as per your standard sieve set. अगर पहला sieve में ज्यादा है, लास्ट sieve में ज्यादा है, बीच के sieve में कुछ नहीं, तो then it is a poor graded. Likewise, अगर you are having a project, you are having a owner or project manager, and directly you are having unskilled laborers. In between, nobody is there. Then there will be no proper communication between the higher authority as well as the people who are working under the project. That is why the classification of labors is done, classification of skilled labors is done, and classification of engineers is done in the sites for the particular jobs to pass message from top order to the lowest order. Similarly, if the problem is arised at the lowest order, that has to be passed to the higher authority by the proper chain of work. That is why it will be called as graded chain or the scalar chain. Like if the higher authority, if you are considering our college system, chairman will be there, under principal will be there, under HOD will be there, under faculties will be there, under students will be there. That is a grade of the college working system. Similarly, if you are going for a company where the multiple works are going on, their the chairperson will be there, then under him, project manager will be there, under him, the particular project site in charge will be there, and then again it goes for the skilled labors, then it goes for unskilled labors. Likewise, it goes on. The message should be passed from one end to another end in a proper way. The communication should be passed. Therefore, to maintain the good communication, the scalar chain has to be maintained. That is of the ninth principle. And 10th is order. Order is the people and material should be in the right place at the right time. The place for everything and everything in its place has to be decided well in advance, so that when I go for particular job, everything should fall in line. That can happen only when all the remaining principles has to be followed. Like the people and material should be the right place. Skilled labor should do what type of work, unskilled labor should do what type of work, and the engineer should do what type of work. That has to be defined well in advance. Okay. अगर अनस्किल्ड लेबर्स को स्किल का काम दिया, स्किल का अनस्किल्ड लेबर को तो काम दिया, इंजीनियर्स को लेबर्स का काम दिया, then it is not going to work in your site. Therefore, it is necessary to follow the people as well as material to fall in the right place at the right time. अगर स्किल लेबर्स जा रहे हैं एक टाइम पे, अनस्किल्ड लेबर दूसरे टाइम पे जा रहे हैं, then coordination between them will be not there and work execution will be delayed. That is why it is said as you should make a place for everything as well as everything in its place. Then if you're making place for everything to fall in the proper time as well as place, then everything will be in the well-designed manner. That is why it is necessary to place a right people for the right job, as well as right material for the right place. Then only you will be following the proper design in your work. Then it is of equity. The 11th one is of equity. The manager should be both friendly and fair to their subordinates. Equity of humanity should be there. Employee should be justice, and kindness promotes better relation between employees and employer. अगर ओनर सिर्फ ऑर्डर देते गए, कुछ प्रॉब्लम्स क्या है, साइट के इश्यूज क्या है, वो सुनेगा नहीं, then again it will be a problem. The managers who are involved in the execution of any project, those should be friendly, but they have to be fair with their work. Then only the working procedure will be good, or the working culture will be good. It has to be friendly, then only the subordinates can share their views and the decisions or the problems with the managers. And after listening to all the suggestions, actions, all the feedbacks, then only he can take a fair decision with the subordinates. Therefore, it is necessary to maintain equity between employees as well as employers to maintain a better relation or better communication between both of them. It is necessary. Next is of 12th one. It is stability of tenure of personals. The management must implement practices which encourages long-term commitment of employees. Instability of tenure can significantly affect the fortune of the company. It is always good that if some employee is working for any organization, he should continue for a longer time. Then only he can analyze the company system as well as he can learn the things in a better way. Therefore, it is necessary that the management should maintain better relation with the employees so that they can stay longer time and they can give the efficient work output for the particular job. अगर 6 महीने mean like for a shorter duration somebody is working, he'll be working for in a dual mind. For a settlement only he will be needing some of the time in particular organization. After settlement suddenly he is shifting to another job. Then again it will be problem for the employer as well as employee also. Will be skipping the job for a shorter durations. Then that will be not a good job identity. Therefore, it is necessary to maintain stability in the work, or the employee should work for a longer term. Okay. For this, the management has to take some listen to the people who are working under them, as well as they have to give encouragement for the people who are working in a longer terms. That has to be both mutual management as well as the employees who are working under the particular job. Next is of initiatives. The employees must be encouraged to think and implement a plan of action even through some mistake may results. It is a simple technique which will be used for managerial things where the employees will be gathered together for periodic time, that may be for every 3 months, that may be of 6 months or yearly, and they will be asked for their own personal goals to the organization. Like अगर एक एम्प्लॉय है उसके लिए कंपनी ने सजेस्ट करेगा कि 1 साल के लिए या 6 महीने के लिए एक गोल डिफाइन करना है. I'll do this much of work within this time of work. for this organization, or for the organization benefit, he has to prepare a certain personal goals and for the organization goals, which will be lying in the organization goal only. So that if he is completing his part of the work, the organization goal can be automatically completed. Likewise, the company will be working. He'll be encouraging people to think in their own way and implement the plan of action for completion of organization goal. In some cases, there's some mistakes may happen, but that has to be corrected by the employment or employees. The opportunity to perform independently is an essential component of the employee growth and development. That has to be there. The opportunity should be given to enhance personal skills and implement those personal skills to the development of the organization or to the company. So that opportunity is there, I mean, then only the employee will be having encouragement or the spirit of working, will be excelling their skills and using those skills to develop the company also. And that automatically increases the company output or the company's profit also. Therefore, it is necessary to have such opportunities, or the employer should give opportunities to perform individually to complete the organization goals. Next is of the 14th one, the last principle of the management, that is spirit of cooperation. For any works, the cooperation from the employees as well as employers is of must. This principle states that union is strength. This quote is a universal quote. Union is strength. तुम लोग बहुत बार पढ़े भी होंगे, even from school only this has been taught, the union is strength. If one person is doing some work, the same work is done by a number of people, mean that always gives a weightage. The foil defines a spirit, decorps as unity of effort through the harmony of interest. If the interest of n number of people is same and working for the same organization goal, then it can be easily achieved. If the interest of people who are working is different and you are working for the organization goal, then the work may get delayed or it may be of not to the successful completion. Therefore, it should be the unity should be there in all workers as well as managers and the owners, then only you can achieve the successful goals. Promoting team spirit will give your organization a sense of unity. Always, if the owner is promoting or appreciating the work done by the employees, then the unity of work will increase and the organization stands as one, not as n number of people. So that is important in the cooperative work culture. These 14 principles were considered to be flexible and capable of meeting every managerial needs, as this all 14 principles define various kind of the system development that will be flexible as well as it will meet every need of the industry as well as any organization. And Henry Fayol's contribution to the management theory is unique and valuable. These 14 principles are universally accepted. He has defined these 14 principles and which has been accepted by each and everyone in the management of any organization. तुम लोग भी मानोगे, है क्या नहीं? Yes or no? अगर these 14 principles, if you are following in your daily life also, it will be to the successful person. That has to be followed by this type of principles. Then only you can follow certain disciplines, certain successful completion of your particular job will be done on basis of these all 14 principles only, which is applicable to each and every individual as well as organization. It is applicable to group of people, it is applicable to individual, it is group applicable to any one company or organization. Likewise, if everyone is following these rules, then they can be achieving their goals in a simplified way. Next, modern management theory. In the approaches we have studied scientific, classical, and modern management theories. In this, the past 30 years witnessed the knowledge explosion in the field of management using the in the 1980s the management was not in a proper manner. From 1980s 1990s the management skills has been developed year by year. If you are seeing the past 30 years development, this they defines the what the management is. During this period, the management writers have been primarily concerned with the integrating the findings of scientific management, principles of management, and human relation movements. Last 30 years back, this type of combined research was not there, or combined methodology was not there by using the scientific management or principles of management or human relation with the others. This combined component was not there. Nowadays, it has been combined and made a common platform to know what is the management in detail. However, two integrating trends have been developed, throwing adequate light on the dynamic nature of management, which are named as system approach and contingency approach. There are two basic division are made for the modern management, which are being divided as system approach and contingency approach. First one is of system approach, which has been defined as a system in simple terms, a set of interrelated parts. जैसा कि कंप्यूटर को एक सिस्टम बोलते हैं हम लोग, which is connected with n number of wires, sensors, keys, or other components. Likewise, any system is nothing but the set of people working with a common goal. That will be named as system. Like college is there. Same example I'll be giving. College is there. That will be of having a number of people inside. They are interrelated for education purpose only. Like a production company is there. A number of people will be working with the different positions as well as different skills. But their ultimate goal will be, ultimate system will be of one. They'll be working for a single cause. It is a group of interrelated but separate elements working towards the common purpose. A number of people will be involved for the production. Like कार का प्रोडक्शन कंपनी है, तो कुछ लोग व्हील प्रोडक्शन में रहते हैं, कुछ लोग बॉडी प्रोडक्शन में रहते हैं, कुछ लोग इंजन प्रोडक्शन में रहते हैं, कुछ लोग इंटीरियर कंपोनेंट्स प्रोडक्शन में रहते हैं. Likewise, the different people are involved in the different production, but ultimate common purpose is the production of one car. Likewise, it goes. The system is working individuals for individual components towards the common purpose, towards the common achievement. That will be of system. What is system? It has to be known to you. The arrangement of elements must be orderly. There must be a proper communication facilities interacting between elements, and finally the interaction should be led to achieve the common goals. The arrangement should be made for common communication, elements in a proper order, communication facility between the higher authority as well as lower authority in the common process to achieve the common goals. Here, nobody is achieving their individual goals. Everybody is acting for a common achievement, that is a common goal completion. The system approach provides the unified focus on organizational effort, where unified is unique focus on organization efforts. All system people, all the system workers will be working for the same organizational effort as unified or unique focus on the organization effort. That has to be followed. The major contribution of the system approach results from its strong emphasis on the interrelatedness or mutuality of the part of an organization, where the major contribution of the system approach results its strong emphasis on the interrelatedness. अगर एक सिस्टम में सब लोग जुड़ के रहेंगे, सब लोग एक ही इंटेंशन से काम करेंगे, then the major contribution will be stronger one. If everybody is working in a system for the common goal, then your achievement will be within the shorter duration, as well as our optimized duration can be used for achieving particular job. You'll be successful, our company will be successful for executing particular projects, because everybody is interrelated and they are working for the common goals. Or mutuality of the parts of an organization. The mutuality is the sharing between one to two people or the a number of people. That mutuality should be there in the parts of organization to achieve the common goals. And next is system approach. The system approach continuation. The system theory of management is characterized by following terms. Yeah, there are terms which are used for the system approach, which will be defining what is the completion of system approach. That is of first one is dynamic. Within the organization, process of interaction between subsystem is dynamic. Dynamic mean static and dynamic will call in generally in our previous subjects. Static mean standing, or dynamic mean flowing. Or here the flexible interaction should be there between subordinates as well as higher authorities or subsystem to systems. The interaction between both the way, then only it can be achieved in the proper manner. Next is multi-level and multi-dimensional. It is micro within the national industrial networks, and it's macro with respect to its internal unit. When the communication system or multi-level systems if you are using, if you are comparing that to the national level, then it will be a micro one. When you are comparing this, your communication system or any system which is involved in your organization, that will be macro, which means larger one. With respect to internal units, the modern manager is forced to recognize the importance of the parts as well as whole. Part to whole and whole to part. तो सिस्टम लोग पढ़े होंगे principles of planning. In the line of saying, here the managers who are involved in your project, those should know what is the importance of parts, that is subsystems, and the importance of whole, that is your complete system. That has to be known for the managers. Multi-level, multi-dimensional working should be there in the organization. Next is of multi-motivated. Motivation is an extremely complex process, and drawing simply stick equation in the Hudal exercise, where the motivation for the workers should be in the periodic manner. लिया नहीं इसको ओके उधर ही आता सर भी उधर ही है ओके ठीक है okay the multi motivation or motivated things should be followed for a company where the employer should be motivated periodically, then only they can encouraged and they can work to the maximum extent. Next is of probabilistic. The modern theory tends to probabilistic. Statement in modern theory tends to be qualified with the phrases such as maybe, in general, and usually, because modern theory recognizes few predictive statements can be made with the certainty, where the probabilistic words, which statements like maybe, in general, usually, these statements will not give a proper message to the people who are working under them, as well as it will not give any direction for taking any action in your activity. Therefore, it has to be the modern theory defines a probability condition should be given. The statement in modern theories will be to the particular direction. Then only the output will be in the proper manner. Next is of multidisciplinary. The modern theory of management is enriched by the contribution from disciplines like sociology, psychology, economics, orthophology, economic mathematics, ecologic mathematics, operation research, and so on. एक का काम सिंगल डायरेक्शन मतलब एक ही जॉब के लिए नहीं रहना चाहिए. कोई भी कंपनी मल्टी डिसिप्लिनरी पे काम कर रही है. That may be involved with various engineering aspects. Like nowadays, it becomes like if you are good in multidisciplinary, then only you are getting a job. If you are restricting yourself to only one job, then you are not qualified for working. Likewise, like अगर मेरे को सिर्फ कोई भी एक कंपनी में जॉब चाहिए तो मेरे को सिर्फ डिजाइन आता है, बाकी कुछ नहीं आता है, या एस्टिमेशन नहीं आता है, या कंप्यूटर यूज करना नहीं आता है, मैं मैनुअल डिजाइन करता हूँ. If you are restricting your area to one plane or one direction, then you are losing the opportunities. Similarly, for any projects, it is necessary to have the multidisciplinary actions. The manager or the company should be looking for multidisciplinary aspects and need to take the actions in all the aspects, that materials, that may be money, that may be of manpower or ecology of the manpower, how the ecology mathematics can be done, how the research can be done. All the aspects should be known for the managers so that they can take action depends upon what type of work is going on and what type of people are involved. Next is of descriptive. Individuals are free to select the objectives and the method to improve the organization effectiveness. Where the people who are involved in the execution, they will be having freedom to select their interested objective, because the organization will be having 4 to 5 objectives. Like CM subject का 6 objectives मैंने define किया starting में, या university ने define किया. Likewise, a company will be having multiple objectives. In that, if the employee is interested for particular objective, then he can work on it to give the maximum output. Then multivariable. There is no simple cause effect the phenomena in organization activities. An event may be a product of many factors that are in turn interrelated and interdependent. There should be of multivariable where the there is no cause, no simple cause affecting the complete phenomena of your organization or all activities involved in your project. It will be productive only when many factors are affecting for one work. Then only it will be affected. And each work activities are interrelated as well as some may be of interdependent also. Depends upon what type of activities are there, depends upon that the work will be executed. Therefore, the system approach will give the multivariable aspects. Next is of adaptive. An organization and its environment are expected to be rearrange their parts. Organization tries to cope up with the environmental changes through the feedback given by the resources. अगर फीडबैक में किसी को कुछ गलत आया, who are using product, like you people are giving feedback to the faculties. If you are not satisfied, then you will give the low feedbacks. Depends upon that, the organization heads will be giving the actions that subject has to be given to particular faculty for next year or not. That will be decided. Or else the improvement, what improvements can be given to him or what training has to be given to them. Likewise, the action will be taken from the higher authorities. An organization must be produce output acceptable to components in the environment. अगर कोई भी कंपनी एक प्रोडक्ट लॉन्च कर रहा है, that has to be accepted by the people who will be using it. अभी रिसेंटली एक चीज हुआ है, बहुत सारे लोग व्हाट्सएप यूज करना बंद करके सिग्नल यूज करना चालू किए, and that was not accepted by many people. You might be knowing this issue because of some security reasons. The people were trying to go from one resources to another resource, but automatically at the end, the many people were not accepting signal, and they came back to the WhatsApp only. This is a recent technology which has happened. Likewise, if somebody is producing a product which is not acceptable by the society or the people who are going to use it, then it is no use. The production goes waste. Therefore, from the feedback of the resources who are using it, those has to give the feedback and then it will be accepted by the society. Then that is nothing but the adopting the modern techniques. Next, we are having objectives of scientific management. Then we'll be dealing with the scientific management. Now it is system approach is done. Next, we'll be dealing with the scientific management. That will be dealing in coming class. This is it for the day. We'll be ending of our class here only. And tomorrow we'll be continuing with the same topic with the scientific approaches. Okay.